Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you like these videos, please click like and subscribe. And if you click the little bell, you'll be notified when new videos are uploaded. Get ready for wealth beyond your wildest dreams. You're going to pick from either this deck, or this deck. And your reading will be from all the cards from this deck, all the cards from this deck, and all the cards from that deck. So there'll be 3 different decks. So take a moment, take a deep breath in, think about being incredibly wealthy and what you need to do, and let these cards be a guide for you. So we're going to start with pile number 1. What you need to do to be incredibly wealthy. Let's separate the cards into 3 somewhat piles here. One more there. Let's rearrange a little here, put here. All right. Now, first card. Lovers. In order for you to obtain wealth, you have to love what you're doing. It is critical that you enjoy the work. If you don't enjoy the work you're doing, it will be very difficult for you to excel in it and become wealthy. Number 2, look at this. This is the 6 of Pentacles or coins, and there's more money going out than what's coming in. So in order for you to obtain wealth beyond your wildest dreams, you've got to get these scales to go the other way. In other words, you have to save more than you're spending. Judgment. Card number 3 is Judgment. Judgment means to use discernment in your life where it concerns large purchases. So in your spending habits, if you make frequent large purchases or decisions, you're going to have to use judgment. So you're going to choose, is this decision or purpose going to create my dream of ultimate wealth, or is this going to put me back? So this is doing work that you really love doing, finding the right fit, the right match, finding the right match for what you like to do, creating more savings, plunking the coin down so there's more savings than what's being spent. And for the large purchases, this could be that you buy a car with all the features, and then your car payment is very high. And do you really need all the bells and whistles if you want to be wealthy? So sometimes being wealthy comes at a price. Now let's do the next layer. So that was layer 1. Next layer. And I don't read reversed, so I always flip them around. This is 8 of Wands. This is coming up with new ideas. This card is full of new ideas on how you can earn like a second income or have multiple streams of income. A second job. Maybe you'll teach on the side. Maybe you'll start a paid subscription group. Maybe you'll start a second YouTube channel that will take off. This is the 8 of Cups. In order to get wealth, you have to be willing to walk away from things that don't serve you, things that waste your time. And time is money, right? So if you're spending a lot of time doing some activity that's not really bringing in a good income, or at worst case, it's sending income out, it's walking away from habits that might be draining you financially, like that cup of coffee every day or latte or something like that. It could be downscaling that. And then this is your final wealth card, which is the King of Cups. And aren't you guys lucky? Because for you to build wealth, you're going to gain full mastery over any kind of emotional spending. Folks, that's the King of Cups. This is really good news that you guys, and this is emotionally detached from stuff. Having an emotional detachment for stuff and mastery. So your way to becoming the wealthiest person that you have ever imagined is a lot of ideas. Think of a lot of ideas walk away or emotionally detach from the attachment of having a lot of stuff that really doesn't serve you and mastering your emotions, and you're going to be wealthy. Congratulations on that. If you selected deck number 2, your reading begins now. We're going to do this in threes. Your first step to being wealthy is, this can be younger people draining your money or people asking you for help, like he's holding out his cup. So it could be that you donate too much to charity, if that's even possible. I mean, over donating to a charity. It's good to donate to charities, but if people are asking you for money, because this is the cup holding out, it's like giving too much. Like maybe you give everyone expensive gifts at the holidays, or you're always buying gifts. This is the Knight of Wands. So for you to become wealthy, you have to have ideas in your mind that you can become wealthy. You've got to start with an idea. All right. So I'm going to maybe hone in on my gift giving a little bit. And then I'm going to think of ideas of what I can do to become wealthy. It's driven by your ideas. This is oh wow, you've got 2 wands here. So you guys definitely have to get fired up about being rich. So here's the thing. These 2 court cards here are saying, what is your commitment? Is your passion for being wealthy, does that exceed anything else in your life? And we're not talking about greed. It is okay to have a passion about being wealthy. So sit down. These are both people who are on hot pursuit of wealth. In other words, wealth has to become so appealing to you that you'll do anything to help yourself become wealthy. So she sits down and draws out a plan, right? She's going to sit down and draw out a plan while she's dancing on the pile. So those of you who selected pile number 2, sit down, write out your ideas, and get ready. Oh my gosh, you got the King of Wands. You're going to master this. But there again, look at all these wands you're getting. Look at all these wands. Okay, so the King of Wands means you're going to master this. You're going to get a master plan together. Okay, here's my wealth building plan. Now, this means you're going to pursue someone who's already mastered wealth, okay? So if you guys have like spending issues or you have debt beyond your control, you're going to go to somebody who's already mastered that. They already know what to do to help you lower your debt. And this is also somebody who knows how to already be very successful with their money. You're going to follow them. You're going to sign up for a course. You're going to follow somebody who's already mastered that. And then this is literally the doves coming in with an idea. You're going to have a different kind of idea, and you're going to be very patient, because wealth comes one step at a time, one brick laid at a time here. So you are going to become wealthy, but it's going to be one step at a time. And for those of you who got hit with unexpected expenses, this could be a leaky roof. You didn't expect to have to repair the roof. And so this just means that whatever unexpected expenses happen, that's out of your control, but keep going back to this mastery. Don't let this stop you from your wealth. That's a temporary setback, but don't let temporary setbacks throw you completely off from your wealth building plan. So remember to seek out somebody who's already mastered building wealth. That would be the King of Wands. Be patient, and don't let the big sudden expenses throw you off your game. Okay, that is the biggest message, the most important message for you. Those of you who chose pile number 3, this one's not wanting to separate. Wonder what that's about. Very interesting. Very interesting. All right, for those of you who chose pile number 3, your reading begins now. For some of you, you're going to be literally stepping into new waters when you start realizing how wealthy you can be. Like you always think it's down the road too far. I might as well just have what I want, because this leadership, by the way, this crown back here means that you could actually get a better job than what you have. But you're just staying in the safe zone. You don't want to step out into these scary new waters because you can't see what's under them. So this is also balancing your finances to make sure that you're not, this is similar to pile number 1, that you're not spending more than you're earning. So what's down this path? Get out of the water and go down the path to leadership. Maybe you can get a job where the pay is better and there's more responsibilities, but the pay is better. For some of you, this will be asking your angels to help. Now, the devil comes in to say that there's a lot of fear and issues around money. So some of you might have a partner who spends too much, or maybe you're the one who spends too much, and there's trapped. You're trapped by your credit card debt. This is being trapped and fearful. This can also be fearful of going and opening up the door to something new. You just might, you might be afraid. This can also be codependent, where you're codependent on a spouse, where the spouse is actually earning enough money and you just kind of you can't earn enough money to support yourself, and there's fear. So this is always fear, and this is always bondage. So to get to your wealth, you are going to have to conquer whatever this fear is, whatever is preventing you from having your wealth. And you can be happy that the Ace of Swords showed up, because that is a powerful card. And it just means I'm going to take the sword, and I want you to notice there's a crown here, and there's a crown on this card, on the Temperance. All right, see the crown back there? Now we've got 2 cards with crowns. What are crowns? Leadership and knowledge. The people who wear crowns, they master a skill and they have leadership abilities. And so for you guys to be wealthy beyond your shadow of a doubt, wealthy, you've got to overcome some really big fears and blocks that have stopped you from moving forward on your plan to being wealthy. You've got to be willing to take on a leadership role in something. This could be like a second job too, where you're self-employed, where you wear the crown, you're the leader. So you do have the ability to build wealth with these 3 cards. And we'll do your second part of this and see where you end up. Wow, you guys got 2 aces. Literally, this could be to where some of you are going to actually be working at something new. You're going to decide, you know what, this is a new job offer. I'm going to go out there and just see what's out there in the world that might pay better than what I have. It doesn't mean you have to take it, but it looks like there could be a job offer coming. Now, this is the High Priestess, so this is looking at hidden talents that you have. Maybe you are very talented at finding solutions, but you've just never offered that of yourself. You've never used that side of your gift. So the High Priestess indicates that you have probably hidden gifts that you haven't brought out. So bring those out and utilize those. You guys are probably one of the most powerful selections of all 3, because you have all the tools you need for great wealth already. You have them all. The Magician means all the tools are there. You've just got to get excited about it. This is the yellow in the card. You've got to get enthusiastic. You've got to channel down energies of wealth. Develop a plan. Start using the tools. What tools do you have for building wealth? Are you good at investing? Can you work a second job? Are you good at naturally selling something? You could do a sales job on the side. So think about the fact that you have all the tools, and how can you utilize these tools to become wealthy. And let me tell you, when you figure that out, you are going to be very, very wealthy, because the Magician is always about thinking of the new ideas with the information that he currently has, the skills that you currently have, and then the right timing to act on them. You guys are going to be wealthy.